Killer Instinct character intro tier list. Let's do it. Pretty standard stuff. We got the Tiger Warrior, the monk doing his prayer, and then standing up, getting ready for battle. Pretty average stuff. Gonna go in the B tier for me. The bar is set pretty high with some of these intros, so I don't want to flood up the S tier or anything like that. Standard stuff for Jago. Pretty good, solid. We'll take a B plus. We'll take a B plus for Jago. Saberwolf. The doggy dog comes out of nowhere. Little strange. I'm not sure where he comes from. We're gonna notice that trope a lot in this category. But he pretty standard stuff. I mean, he's a doggy dog. He presents himself menacingly. I guess B tier for that as well. What more could you really want from a werewolf? Glacius. The Ice Christ himself. One of the coolest intros in the game. I'm gonna have a hard time not saying S tier on this one. I think he has to be S tier. The way he presents himself, like the big pose while he's in the air. Where's he coming from? Who knows? Maybe a spaceship, maybe outer space. He is an alien after all. One of the cooler ones in the game for me. I love Glacius' intro, but I'm definitely saving him for S tier, 100%. He's so badass. Chief Thunder. Now I go along with the law. One of the cooler intros in the game for sure. Scaring all the birds. You can hear him stomping his way towards his opponent. Very menacing. I love this intro a lot. Thunder's dialogue is great. I love his voice acting as well. He sounds so manly. This dude is a real ass dude. I love Thunder, so that's gonna be A tier for me. Really, really good intro. Sadira. Again, another banger. Sadira. Love her intro. Love the way that she comes down from the webs. Her dialogue is great too. I believe she speaks Thai. Maybe somebody correct me on that. I believe she speaks Thai. The dialogue is awesome. Welcome to my web. The assassin comes down from her web to kill you. And the zoom in on the face at the end, chills every time. A tier. Orchid.
Target spotted. This should be quick.
Interesting stuff for Orchid here. She kind of just is standing there, has her back turned to the opponent, and then she whiffs an entire flick-flack, target spotted, and then gets in a fighting stance. This should be quick. Very, very 90s. Kind of corny, a little cringe. I don't know if this is really my favorite one. I'm going to put her in C tier. It's a little out of date. Not my favorite thing. She's not very menacing, and it's kind of hokey. It's kind of hokey pokey. Not my favorite one. Sorry, Orchid fans. Spinal. The Skeletal Warrior. First of all, this character has the best trailer out of all the DLC, out of anybody. Season 1, Season 2, Season 3. Spinal's trailer is the best. He's gonna go in S tier for me. The way he comes out of his portal, the Skeleportal, I guess. Really, really cool stuff. The sound effect, this entire presentation is fantastic. The noise he makes, the pose, everything about his intro screams Killer Instinct to me, and I absolutely am here for it. I love Spinal's intro. Fulgor! Oh yeah, get ready for war. Fulgor's intro, really, really solid as well. Comes down out of nowhere, maybe being dropped down from a helicopter or something. Completely invisible, makes a big old noise when he lands, and then reforms, becomes visible. You can see all his parts moving. Super, super cool. I'm actually putting Fulgor in A tier here. I think he's got one of the better intros for sure. Not quite S. S is a very special category, and he doesn't give me the exact same feeling that I see when I... the exact same feeling that I get when I see a character come in like Glacius or Spinal. And that's my main character, so that should tell you something. I love Fulgor's intro. It's really, really good. Shadow Jacob. One of the coolest boss characters. Shadow Jacob's also going to go in A tier. He's going to go to the top of A tier for me. Love the presentation. The only thing that's probably keeping him out of S for me is the void that he comes out of, it's just this black void, which is cool, but if it was more animated and it was like he's coming out out of like a Gargos portal or something like that, I think that would have made this character's intro over the top for me. I love the poses, I love the way he looks back. Everything is so cool about it. I just think it's just missing one little extra bit of flair that could put him into S tier, but definitely the top of A for me. Super crazy intro. TJ. TJ is just a dude that's looking to beat some ass. That's exactly what he's doing. This dude is ready for a fight. Gonna put him at the top of B here. I love the shadow boxing. I love the animations there. He's just ready to fight. There's nothing special. There's nothing fancy about it. He's just ready to beat somebody's ass. Gonna put him in B tier on the intro. Not sure what it would take to put a character like TJ over the top. Like I said, I think this needs to be reserved for the really special ones. TJ is phenomenal though. I do love TJ. B tier. Maya.
Watch out. You might get cut.
So Maya's an interesting one for me. Maya, I like the way she throws the dagger into the ground and then she shows that she could pull it back out without even needing to touch it. That's pretty cool. But she can't do that without instinct. So she in instinct during the intro and then she loses it. Because she can't do that until she loses some health. And she's got to break some combos to build the instinct, right? So that doesn't make sense to me. I do like the animation of her throwing it into the ground and the way that she wields it and moves the dagger around. But it kind of just doesn't make sense. And also the dialogue. I don't like the dialogue either. You might get cut. It's very like, it reminds me of the Orchid one a lot. So it's going to go here in C tier too. I'll probably put her above Orchid though. Because at least there are some things I do like about the animations. Not one of my favorites. Sorry, Maya fans. Kan-Ra.
You'll make a fine specimen.
Kan-Ra is another interesting one for me. I'm going to put him at the bottom of B. I don't like the way he whirls in. I think that's kind of like whatever. It's not very menacing. I do like everything else about it. You'll make a fine specimen is a great line. He's about to experiment on your ass. He's pretty cool as a character overall. Not one of my favorites, but I do think this is fitting for his intro. And then the smile at the end, that's what keeps it in a good state for me. Not a fan of some of the animations that we saw, but I do like his intro. The smile and all that, and the pose with the hand is pretty cool. So I'll put him in B tier for that alone. That was pretty sick. Riptor. Very similar to Saberwolf with this one, just a wild beast ready to kill anything in its path. Runs on in. I'm actually going to put it above Saberwolf and Jago. I do like the way that she runs in. She spews the fire everywhere, showing that she has the fire power. And then the bite, just to show you what that mouth do. Very, very cool. No complaints about Riptor. What more could you want from a dinosaur? Omen.
Before the Herald of Gargos.
So I don't like Omen as a character, and I have some problems with this intro. When he flies in, the way he flies in isn't very menacing. He looks around like he's lost, like he doesn't know where he's supposed to go, and he looks almost confused. So for that alone, I think this intro is kind of whack. I'm putting this in D tier. Not a fan of this intro. The way he lands is pretty cool, but then like the pose he does isn't even cool after he gets up. It's just kind of, I don't know. It leaves more to be desired. Not a fan of Omen's intro at all. The dialogue is cool. Bow before the Herald of Gargos, but it doesn't save it. As a boss character, I need more. He's definitely a boss character, by the way. He has to be. He's representing Shadow Jago or Gargos or whatever. It's just whatever. It could have been so much more. Aghanos. Aghanos has to be one of the coolest characters ever. Super menacing. You got this giant golem coming your way. Takes out the chunk. Smashes it in front of your face. Really, really cool stuff. And then the pose at the end. Super solid. He's just super menacing. Really destructive, powerful character. He's a beast. He's an absolute beast. So I gotta put him in A tier. His intro is really cool. Hisako. The living dead girl herself. Definitely a super sick intro. I love the way she creeps towards you and then, where'd she go, dude? And then she jump scares you. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love her intro. She is so cool. I'm going to put her at the top of A, even above Shadow Jago's. The way that she creeps towards you is fantastic. The way that there's like the phantasmal aura around her, the green stuff. Very, 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 very cool. I love Hisako's intro. I don't know what would have put it into S for me. Maybe if the jump scare was even scarier, because I do feel like she's, you know, if you see it the first time, it's like, you know, there are some jump scares that get me every time. Hisako's probably got me the first time and probably hasn't gotten me since. But I do love everything else about her intro. It's one of the best in the game. Cinder. He trailblazes his way in, lands. He's got some really cool animations in this one. I'm going to put him at the top of B, maybe even the bottom of A. I like Cinder's intro, and then I would not want to be you today. His character is very, you know, similar to that of like Deadpool or any of those really kind of cheesy one-liners. You know, he's got a ton of those, right? That's kind of just what his character is. And I think that fits him perfectly. Whereas I just think the Orchid and the Maya ones were just like bad dialogue. So I think this is a completely different scenario. I love Cinder's intro. I think it looks really, really good. I like the way his face kind of reforms at the end too. Like it kind of, I don't know how to describe it. Really, really cool stuff. I do think that it could have been better. I'm not sure what would have made it over the top, but I do like Cinder's intro the way it is. It's gonna be A tier for me. Cinder's is good. Arya. That is how you do it. That is how you present a boss character in Killer Instinct. Evolve or die, make your choice. You either stand with me or you stand against me, and I have no problem killing you. That is what Arya is here to do. The pose animation, amazing. The dialogue, the voice acting, amazing. The way she changes forms mid-intro, so sick. Everything about Arya is so cool. I love this character, and I think that intro is godlike. Kimothy.
You're a friggin' dragon. You can see how this ends, right?
So as somebody who's not the biggest Kim Woo fan in the world, I actually do like her intro a lot. I'm going to put her at the top of B. I do think the animations are good. I think the dialogue, again, kind of corny like Orchid and Maya, but I think she does it well. And I think the voice actor did a great job of portraying it like, dude, I got a friggin' dragon. Like, it's not like super corny or super hokey-pokey like the other ones are. I like the way this was executed, and although this character isn't the greatest looking, they made her intro really good looking, so I gotta put her at the top of B. Tusk!
Eons have tempered my blade.
The Immortal Spirit. I have no issue with this intro either. Probably gonna put it in B tier somewhere here in the middle. I think this is good. I like the way it shows just how long that thing is. Of course I'm talking about the sword. It's really, really cool. I like the pose. I like that he's just standing there very stoic. It's very true to what the character of Tusk used to be. I think he's a perfect redesign of how he was in the older games, from what I see. So I think this does him justice, and I think it's pretty good. I like it. Arbiter.
I have faced the flood and silenced truth. I will quell your thunder and douse your flames.
One of the coolest intros in all of Killer Instinct. The invisibility cloak coming in hot, reloading the gun, puts the gun away, pulls out the energy sword. So cool. Everything about it is fantastic. Love the way he walks in and his speech. Oh my god. I will quell your thunder and douse your flame. This man is ready for a war. Clearly he's been in several. Amazing. There's nothing more I could have asked for with this intro. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not the biggest Halo fan in the world, but that was awesome. I still remember when they revealed this character for the first time, how insane. I was there in person. The crowd went crazy when they saw this character come out. So I think of that every single time I see him walk out. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Rash.
I'm crashing this party.
A Battletoad coming from another dimension. Comes in on his rope, swings on in, gets the shades on. I'm crashing this party. It's a guest character making an intro in a fighting game that we all love. And as much as we hate the character, I like the intro a lot. I like it a lot. I think it makes sense. I do think it would have been a little bit cooler if he maybe came in on the bike, but we do see the bike in the outro, so we're not going to get there yet. I like it. What's wrong with this? It's really good. It's really, really good, and the dialogue makes sense too. Everything is perfect about it. It's good. I like it. I like it the way it is. I think it's what it needs to be for this character. So A tier for Rash, which is a weird sentence. Mira.
Have you confessed your sins?
Have you confessed your sins? Mira's intro, for me personally, it leaves a little bit more to be desired. I'm going to put her maybe somewhere in B here. Maybe even like lower B, mid B. It's not my favorite. The way she walks in is good, but I don't really necessarily like the animation on her like claws and the way they go into her skin. I don't know, something about it isn't just... Like I said, I really love this character, and she is my favorite fighting game character of all time. And I think a lot of that attributes to her gameplay. But the intro, man, yeah, I don't know. Not as cool as her outro, I will say. I have to put her in B tier because I love the character. If I didn't love her as much, maybe she'd be down in like C or maybe even D. I don't know. This intro just doesn't do it for me. Have you confessed your sins is a great line, but it's not brought to me the way that I want it to be. Something about the voice acting just isn't there. I don't know. I wanted more from her. Just like her theme song. Mira lets me down. Gargos. The minions come out first. They come through the portal. Gargos is ready for war. I love this one. I think this is probably S tier. There's nothing wrong with this. It's really perfect. He's a boss character. He's menacing. Everything about this is menacing. He's got the homies with him to back him up whenever he needs them. That's what these boss character intros should be like. That's the standard. Arya's is above and beyond as far as I'm concerned, but Shadow Jago's close. Omen, what went wrong? General Rom. Surrounded by the Krill Storm. Nothing out of the ordinary. This is a really, really good intro. I'm gonna put him close to the top of A. Serve the queen. That's all he wants you to do, man. Besides take this knife in the gut, he's just trying to get you to serve the queen. I love his intro. It's exactly what the character is. All the guest character intros are really, really good. I think Arbiter's is the best overall. Definitely that one being the most over the top. But this is really good. He shows you the knife. Or excuse me, he shows you the swarm, the krill. Did we see the knife? Did I miss that? Wait. No knife. There's no knife. The knife would have put him in S tier. I would have loved to see the knife. Apparently it's a sword and it's not a knife. I learned that recently. I don't know. Whatever. Still really good. Eyeball. I'm actually not a fan of this. He just kind of walks in. He's a boss character. He's meant to be, right? They could have done so much more with him. I think this is probably one of the worst ones. The dialogue is good. I Serve No One is good. But everything about it is just like... What? Like, who cares? He just walks in and just drops a line. No pose. No nothing. Not scary at all. Just super whatever. I don't know. No presentation. Like, what are you here for, bro? I don't know. Don't like Idol's intro. Kilgore. This character as a whole, mid. But the intro represents him so well. I have to put him in A tier. This character, I don't like at all. I think his design is whack, and I don't think anything about him is cool. However, the intro does the character justice in every way. We see him in the fetal position, right? Because we know he's a coward because he likes to zone. So he's in the fetal position because he's scared. We see his face light up, and then he stands up because he has to actually get ready to fight. And we see him sort of start getting put together, and his parts are barely working. And he's like, all right, well, it's time to do the thing. I can't knock the intro. The intro fits the character perfectly, and they did exactly what they should have done with it. So, I'm going to put him in A tier, believe it or not. Weirdly enough. Shin Hisako. Teleports to her sword, first and foremost showing the teleport mechanic. I will devour you. Swings that sword around a little bit, and then she's ready for battle. Pretty standard stuff, nothing crazy over the top. Gonna put her somewhere in B. I'm actually gonna drop Mira down to the bottom of B, just because I'm so upset with her. She might even go in, you know what? She's gonna be top of C. She's gonna be right here with her sister. She made me mad. You got me effed up putting Shin Hisako over Mira in a tier list. Anyways, Yeah, pretty standard stuff for Shin. I like her sword and the way it moves, but her face is weird in this intro. I don't know. She's got like weird facial structure, I guess. Maybe that's just her design, but I think it's just the intro. The intro makes her look weird. B tier, average. I like it. It's not bad. Ego. Alright, Eagle. The one thing I don't like about this intro is that it's too long. Everything about it is cool. He walks in, he jumps up, he's got the arrows, he shoots them on the ground, and then the bird picks him up for him, so we see, you know, what he's capable of in the intro. But that line takes forever. And when you play in tournament and people let the intros rock, I'm just like, oh my god, let me go get a snack, let me go get something to drink. This dude's gonna be here a long time. It's just a very long intro, and that's probably my personal bias, but I'm gonna put him in C tier. I hate sitting through it. It's not my favorite thing to listen to. It's just like every time I see him come on the screen, I'm like, please skip this, please. I don't want to see it. It takes too long. That's my only personal gripe with it. Other than that, it's fine. You know, I like the animations. It's cool. If I had the time for it. That's my intro tier list. This one was kind of weird. I'll probably do an outro one as well. That's about it. Take care, guys.